everyone and welcome back to my channel. On today's video I'm gonna make pumpkin pie. It's perfect for this time of the year. This recipe is super easy to make and it's very delicious. And as usual, you can find the written recipe with the ingredients and the measurements down below the video in the description box. Don't forget to follow me on social media and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And now, let's start. So first, for the crust, I'm gonna need some cold butter, some sugar, a pinch of salt, some all-purpose flour, and some water. The water must be cold. And I'm not gonna need the whole amount. So in a food processor, I'm gonna put all the ingredients that I mentioned. The flour, the sugar, the salt, and the butter. The butter must be cold and cut into small cubes. So basically, I added everything except for the water. Now I'm gonna pulse all these ingredients together until the butter is cut into very small pieces. So keep on pulsing. After that, I'm gonna start to add the water. I'm gonna add it 1 tablespoon at a time. Then I'm gonna pulse and then add more. And so on until I have a wet sand-like mixture. I ended up using about 4 tablespoons. Usually it's between 3 to 5 or 6 tablespoons of water. That's the result that you want. When you press on it, it's kind of stick to each other. Now I'm gonna dump everything on my surface. Then I'm gonna work it a little bit with my hands until I form a ball. It doesn't have to be perfect, of course. So that's looking good. Now I'm gonna wrap it in a cling film. Wrap it tightly. And then I'm gonna place it in the fridge to firm up for about half an hour. And here it is after I got it out of the fridge. It's nice and firm and ready to be rolled. I put it on a floured surface. I also sprinkled some flour on the top. And I started rolling it using my rolling pin until it's about 1 centimeter thick. After I roll it to the perfect thickness, I'm gonna put it in my baking dish. I didn't butter it because the pastry has lots of butter. Now I'm just gonna tuck the ends to the back, just like so. And if you have any extra dough, you can simply cut it out. And continue to tuck the ends to the back, just like so. And using your fingers, I'm just gonna make a small decoration on the sides. Just like so. Now I'm gonna prick it using a fork. I'm gonna prick the bottom and the sides. After that, I'm gonna place it in the fridge again for about half an hour. And after that, it's ready to be baked. First, I'm gonna blind bake it. So I line it with some aluminum foil. And then I'm gonna put some weight. I put some dried chickpeas. You can use rice if you have that on hand. Now at this point, make sure that your oven is preheated at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. It's about 190 Celsius. And I'm gonna bake it for about 20 minutes. After that, I'm gonna remove it from the oven. And I'm gonna remove the weight. I removed the chickpeas. And also I'm gonna get rid of the aluminum foil. And I'm gonna bake it again for about 10 minutes. Just until it continues to bake all the way through. And it starts to get golden brown on the edges. So in the oven, it goes back for about 10 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna make the filling. So I'm gonna need some spices, some nutmeg, ginger, and cinnamon, 2 eggs. I'm gonna need some white sugar, brown sugar, some heavy cream, milk, and of course some pumpkin puree. First, I'm gonna start by whisking the 2 kinds of sugar with the eggs. I'm gonna whisk them until the mixture is nice and creamy. That's perfect. Now I'm gonna add a pinch of salt. I'm also gonna add the spices. As I mentioned, I have some ginger, nutmeg, and some cinnamon. I'm gonna go ahead and add the pumpkin puree. Now I'm gonna mix everything together until all these ingredients are well combined. Now at this point, I'm gonna add the liquids. I have the heavy cream and the milk. Continue to whisk until everything is well combined. You should end up with a very smooth mixture. Now the pumpkin filling or the pumpkin custard is ready. And this is the pie crust. I got it out of the oven. It's been cooling for about 10 minutes. You don't need to cool it more than that. Now if your pumpkin custard's been sitting maybe for about 10 minutes, Just give it a simple swirl because the spices might have sunk to the bottom. Now we're gonna pour it into the pie crust. And it's ready to be baked again for about 45 to 50 minutes at the same temperature, 375 degrees Fahrenheit, about 190 Celsius. Bake it until the custard is set, and after you get it out of the oven, you want to let it completely before cutting into it, otherwise it will fall apart. And here it is after I got out of the oven and it's cooled completely, and then I can cut into it. Now of course for the serving you can serve it with some whipped cream, it will be so delicious. And the pumpkin pie itself, the custard I mean, was so creamy and so delicious, especially with all the spices that we added in, and also the crunchy crust. It is super good. If you love pumpkin, you will love this recipe. So my lovelies, that was it for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Bye!